Okay, I shaved that and push it in tight and snug, and that's how you want it. Okay, so there's no need to adjust this because this door is 24 years old, and if you just push it like that, it's not gonna latch, but that's okay. I'm just gonna tell them, just push on it a little, and you throw that latch in there. It gets it nice and tight up to the weather stripping. And see, you don't see any air through here, do you? Get that. Now, the air that you do see, the light you do see is up there. That's because the weather stripping is short, and you see it way down at the bottom, and that's it. And that's because they had to they patched all this, and this is sunk in right there. And so, like I say, what somebody could do, put some caulking there. This could actually be cut back. See, this weather stripping from where the door hits the bottom, from there down, that's not doing anything. That could be chopped out of there. That could be filled up with caulking. And then this could be replaced. And like I say, once you get down to here, I'm not sure what's underneath there, how much of this patch affects the groove right there. So the groove, I'd have to do a little investigating on that, but that's something else that could be done. This could be caulked when it rains. The water comes down here, it goes right in through that crack, goes down, hits the garage floor, and some of that water, instead of spilling out, is going to spill in. Now, what they should have done, and what most people do, is before they install a door, pre-hung door that comes with the door threshold attached to the bottom, let's say, they'll run a bead of caulking all the way along the floor line, and then up the edge, and that basically stops the water and the air and the bugs and stuff like that from coming in, because whenever you pour a concrete garage, inevitably the floor slopes down from here all the way down this way, and that's what's happening there. The highest point is underneath where this drops down from there this way. So any water that happens to get on there is naturally going to flow towards the inside rather than the outside. Had they had a nice bead of caulking in there, and if the water was before the caulking edge, and if it built up a 32nd of an inch, the water has only one way to go, and that's outside. Okay? So that's what I have to say about that. And so now I'm going to tackle these screws, getting the rest of the screws tight and all that, getting ready to clean up. And I might decide, I'll talk to her about this this weather stripping, because like I said, the weather stripping is 20 plus years old, maybe 23, 24 years old. Okay, and I could replace that. See, even this top one's short. Look at that. It's a 1/4 inch short. Look at this one here. See up here at the top? From there up, it's short. Why is that? Somebody cut it short, and they probably had it installed all the way up to the top, and they said, "Oh, that's good enough." And they ran it short because they cut it wrong by accident, and over the years, poop, 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 with the door opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing, it's vibrated this, and it's lowered it down all the way. So, you know, if I wanted to, if I replace this, I could cut some little pieces out of here, cut a little piece, fit it up in there, cut a little piece, take this one out, because I won't be able to slide it up. I'd have to pull it off, and I can do that with a little stiff putty knife. take this off, raise it up, cut an angle on it, fit it up in there, push this. I could take this one off, push it all the way over or something, and then make a notch in there, push it all the way up, take a little piece off of this piece and fish it down there at the bottom and put one brand new one from the top down here, knowing and take this one off first, slide it all the way over. So my patch is over here by the hinge side, so you very seldom will ever see it when you open and close this door. Then the new one will go from there all the way down. So at the store, I don't have to do anything except just buy one of these. Okay, I would take a little piece of this to the store, because believe it or not, there's 2 or 3 colors. You got chocolate brown, you got brown, you got bronze, 3 colors, you got black. And so you might say, what difference does it make? Well, you'll see when you go to the store, depending on which store you go to. I could take a little scrap of this with me, take that to the store, try to match it up the best I can, come back here, put that in. You see what I mean? The other thing I could do, if I didn't want to patch this top one, I could take this top one out all the way, right? And then this one from here down to there, whatever, I can cut it the same length as the top, not use the top piece, and use this side piece as the top piece up there, a full length one. That way I don't have to piecemeal and notch this one, boop, boop, like a little boop, boop, like that, up at the top, boom, boom, and fit it up in there. Do you see what I mean? So lots of stuff I can do, and I can still get away with just having to buy one of those. At that time, I can come back, look at this, make a determination what to do with this stuff, or maybe chop this off. Before I go to the store, chop that off, take that off, recalk that down there, refashion it so when I get back from the store, the caulking will be dry enough to add a little bit if I need to, and contour it or whatever, and so it will have skinned up before I install this back on there. Then I can recalk that too. And the other thing I could do, what else could I do to keep that water out? I could put some caulking in there, put a piece of masking tape all the way down there, put some caulking all the way down at the bottom. Most of the time I only have white caulking. If I had clear silicone, I could put that down at the bottom, mask that off. If I had black or bronze, I could mask that off, put it in there, pull the masking tape up. And now I've got a dam right there, so if that water drips in from here, however, and gets down below this, there's no way it's going to come in. There's no way this is ever going to get wet again. Okay, there's another thing I can do. Okay, all right, enough of that. I'm going to get ready to put these screws in. Next step coming up. That's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos, and hopefully you learned something. You spent a little time with VideoJoe. You saw what it takes: patience and determination to get something done, a never give up attitude. And if that's you, that's what my videos will show you, how an average Joe is going to fix things around the house to save money. And you're learning it from an average Joe. What could be better than that? Because you can see all the trials and tribulations I go through in order to get something fixed. You'll be able to see how I Joe Guyver certain things in the future. If you choose to continue to watch my videos, you'll learn all that stuff. You'll learn how to save money, keep that money in your pocket. Why pay somebody else when you can do it yourself? Alrighty then.